Yesterday, I guess, is fresh in my mind because we just celebrated our 10th anniversary and had field day here at our farm. But I just, as a few of us board members were conversing after the dinner last night, we're just saying, wow, we set the bar pretty high right now.
This video chronicles a field day held at Hershey Farms in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Pennsylvania No-Till Alliance. The event started in the same way as the group began, by bringing farmers together to highlight their successes and partnerships.
So in the beginning, it was just a church, and I'm sure Joel Myers and others here, it was just a church meeting that turned into, let's form an organization. There was a little bit of funding available from the Tri-State, the Ohio Tri-State Tillage Conference, and they offered it to Pennsylvania to start a group. And it's grown from there, and look where you are now.
Well, I was a founding member of the PTA No-Till Alliance. First off, it was a great group of guys, but we all have the same focus, and it's turning out to be soil health and education. You know, I love to educate people about things that I have learned, and it's kind of a mission of mine to help show people what I have learned over the years of transition and what I've seen it accomplish in my soil. And I enjoy it.
I've been involved with a bunch of their workshops over the years. I like their farmer to farmer, you know, encouragement. Like a farmer like Leroy Bupp. I've heard his presentation, and you know, he's one of a kind, and I think farmers just feel at home with him, and really latch onto that. It's that down-to-earth farmer, education stuff, I think, which is a big plus for the Alliance.
I've kind of developed this passion to help pass along what I've learned, that's all. Well, it kind of unfolded because I'm a hands-on show and tell person. I need to see it visual to understand it. And as I started to realize from Ray Archuleta at first, I could see it visual, I went home and tried it. And as I could visually see it, I really wanted to share it with other people. So that's how I got into my demo. And the more I share it, the more I want to share it, and the more I study it, and I just try and do it the way I understood it, and it's just enjoyable to help educate about our soil health.
We've got lots of organic matter here from the chaff from the soybean. Pretty soon you'll see the ladybugs come in to work on the bean beetle. If you go in here, you'll see a lot of residue, but on the edge, if I'm going into soybean the following year, I want all the nitrogen sucked out of the soil. Why? I want to make that soybean work. Everybody on the farm works.
After morning presentations by Ray Archuleta, Dave Brandt, and Leroy Bupp, the 10th anniversary field day continued with remarks by Dr. Carol Hardberger and Dr. Nancy Walker about the Alliance's Soil Health Survey. State Representative Mindy Fee was on hand to provide brief remarks, and Carl Brown with the State Conservation Commission provided a status update about the Resource Enhancement and Protection, or REAP program. The Alliance assisted in the development of the REAP program, and it continues to provide support to no-till producers throughout the state.
Well, as a Penn State Extension person, my job, my mandate is to educate and work with farmers, and I think the No-Till Alliance has a similar mission statement to get the word out and to educate fellow farmers about no-till. So I think we've worked well together, both in promoting soil health, no-till, just better educating the public about farmers and how we do our best to be stewards of the land, really.
Well, I really appreciate what the PA No-Till Alliance is doing. They hold field days, educational events, and I really think that's what needs to happen in order to encourage other farmers who are just either starting in no-till or considering it. So having those field days, I think, is really critical, and just having events that they sponsor, support, bring in speakers in the winter and so forth. I think that's really right on what we need to do, what we need to focus on to advance the concept of no-till.
In addition to farm and business sponsors, the Pennsylvania No-Till Alliance has been supported by a partnership of conservation agencies and organizations.
Farmers think you're no-tilling or cover cropping for a certain reason, and we've been finding out that it's a big snowball, and there's so many more things involved with the soil health and planting cover crops and no-tilling and using certain cover crops, and we had some speakers out like Christine Jones from Australia last year on my farm, and having her on my farm was awesome because she walked out of my field and I asked her one question about, well, this is what I'm seeing, and she explained to me why I'm seeing it. And it just like a light bulb just went off. And it's very unique to have that hand-on, first-hand person explaining to me what I'm seeing. And that just catapults into adopting it harder and more and helping educate other farmers about it. So it's more than just the right cover crop, it's more than just yield. And there's guys ask why, and it's the right thing to do. So.
I think what I'd like to do is each of you just 1 or 2 sentence answer, okay? This is the closing question, and we'll end with Leroy over here. No-till farming will continue to grow and thrive when what?
When we clean out what's in between their ears so other producers can think.
When we reduce input costs and find a way to get along with less moisture, water.
As a people, we become humble and we learn to mimic nature and have the integrity to change. I think that's when that will change.
It's harder. That's why they give it to me first.
Repeat the question.
No-till farming will continue to grow and to thrive
When the old generation, our mindset leaves and the next generation starts to take over. It's just like I have 3 sons, and I grew up on a moldboard plow, and they're not going to experience that. They know what they are because I have toys, but I have to explain to them we don't do that anymore, which they know. So it's going to be a generation thing. I really think so.
I think another factor is when we better understand the nutrient cycling, and I gotta say cover crops come into that, but I'm saying cover crops and no-till gotta be synonymous. So better understanding nutrient cycling and how cover crops can impact what Dave's saying there. How much can we reduce? It's gonna vary from farm to farm, but you understand that better.
I think the whole thing boils down to an understanding of what soil does. Doing this soil demo to relate to you has also taught me what soil is all about and how to make it work. When I say I take 2 soil samples the same day, and in 3 days the tillage is dry, and I gotta keep stirring that no-till for another week to get it as dry as the tillage, that showed me the real difference, and we need to show you the real difference. And I had a gentleman come to me a little while ago and say, "You screwed up my whole thought system. I used to think when we loosened the soil, it would absorb more water, and you showed us different." So it's a mindset. We need to learn that mindset.
You look at it, the pod set's 10 to 15 inches apart.
I think the Pennsylvania No-Till Alliance role in the next 10 years is not going to change a whole lot because we have a lot of educating to do yet about soil health. Soil health is a word that is largely spoken about today, but not that many people really understand what we're speaking about. So I see we have a long road ahead of us yet to get the average farmer educated on soil health and cover crops and lowering our fertilizer inputs and lowering our chemical inputs and letting Mother Nature do some of the work that she has always done. And that's a large education process to go from where we're at to go there. And I think we'll just continue to see that education process grow. As we learn, we can pass it on. And I think that's a part of the Alliance, to educate.
Bringing in new people like Ray Archuleta that we have not found yet, that are doing some practices like we are doing from other countries, and to bring them in and learn from what they're doing from other countries.
So it's a process. Agriculture's always been in a process, and I certainly hope we're different in the next 10 years than now, and I'm confident we are, because this group of people is committed to moving forward, to have farmers to be more profitable in what they do and to raise a better food product.
No, there's no magic wand to say, oh, this is what's going to happen, 10 years from now. But I hope that in collaboration with all the agencies that we can improve our soils and make them more productive and increase the health of them.
Visit PANoTill.org to discover what's next for the Pennsylvania No-Till Alliance. To learn more about soil health and how to unlock the secrets of the soil, visit nrcs.usda.gov.